We are going to learn how to make our Miro inspired art using Paint 3D. So we need to open up our Paint 3D app. And click New. All right, we're going to be on the brushes page for this. So we're going to start with a marker, and we're going to select black for our outlines. And what we're going to do is draw some freeform shapes. So 3 freeform shapes. Now it's very important that you connect your shapes so that when you fill them in with the fill tool, the whole shape will be colored in, but it won't leak into the outside. So make sure your shapes are enclosed. That's very important. Okay, let's see what other kind of shape do I want to do here. So any kind of free form shapes for this would be okay. We're going to be turning these into creatures, but you can pretty much turn any kind of shape into a creature. Okay, so I've got my 3 freeform shapes here. And so now I'm going to start thinking about how I can make these into like little Miro inspired creatures. So let's see, you can give them arms. You may want to do shapes like this for your arms and legs. Or you could do just some lines. We're going to come back and add some little dots like Miro used for some of these things too. Let's see, this one I'll make her legs like this. So they don't really have to be like people. They could be more like animals or just little imaginary things. Let's see, I think I'm going to make a little kind of insect looking creature here. Okay, we're going to add some other shapes, lines and shapes. You could also adjust the thickness of your lines if you want to have some skinnier lines in there. Okay, so a lot of times Miro would take those shapes and then add other shapes inside. So you can do stripes. You could do like some little kind of square shapes in there, but you could also add some other freeform shapes inside. Give this guy some little things that look like antennas. Okay, I'm gonna draw some other details too. So he liked to do the little 2 dots for the eyes and then the nose. Actually, let me go ahead and start adding some dots. So I'm gonna make my lines a little thicker. Let's try around 10. And you can just add those little dots. I think I'm gonna make it a little thicker than that, so maybe let's try 20. So if you bring your marker thickness up, you can add, you can make these dots like that. So that's kind of cool. Okay. Then I'm going to make my little Miro inspired noses. All right. So we can add some other designs. You could add some designs that look like stars. I like to use these crisscross lines like that. You could add those in the background. You could just add some other freeform shapes as well, kind of whatever you think might look nice. Okay, and I am going to draw kind of a horizon line here to separate my ground from my sky. So I'm gonna just add this line. I've got to be kind of careful about this going across. I want to make sure that it is connected so that when I fill the ground in with the fill tool, it won't leak up into my sky. Okay, so I'm gonna maybe just add a couple other little shapes down here just because I feel like there needs to be something down in this space. Some other freeform shapes. Okay, so when you have enough shapes in your design, you're going to use your fill tool to color your picture. So remember, the fill tool is the bucket, so you're going to click on that and then choose the color that you'd like to start with. I'm going to pick red to color in, start coloring in some of my creatures here. Okay, and he usually used a limited color palette, so that means he didn't pick a whole lot of different colors, just a few. And he liked to use those primary colors, so I think I'm going to try to do that some with mine. And then I'm gonna pick a green for my ground here, and I'm gonna do a different blue for my sky when I didn't fill those in, so let me see. Okay, you could also leave some of it white too if you wanted to. Okay, so that's how you make a Miro inspired work using Paint 3D.